You wake naturally, no alarm clock, no rushing, no schedule waiting for you the moment your eyes open. You sit there for a second and wonder, what should today look like? For nearly all of human history, that wasn't some fantasy escape from modern life. That was simply normal. For hundreds of thousands of years, human beings lived in a way almost impossible for us to imagine today. The average person now spends around 90,000 hours working during their lifetime. Nearly a third of your waking life is traded away to employment. But for most of our existence, there were no careers, no paychecks, no office buildings, and no concept of make a living the way we think of it now. So what filled their days? In the 1960s, anthropologist Richard Leigh studied the people of Botswana, one of the last groups still living in a hunter-gatherer lifestyle similar to our distant ancestors. What he discovered shocked many researchers. Adults only spent around 15 to 20 hours per week gathering food and handling survival needs. The rest of their time was spent socializing, resting, creating, storytelling, and simply living. And this pattern wasn't isolated. Similar results appeared among groups of Africa, Australia, and South America. Different cultures, different landscapes, yet the same general rhythm of life. The evidence doesn't only come from living groups. Ancient skeletons tell the same story. Early hunter-gatherers were often taller, healthier, and showed fewer signs of physical stress than the first farming populations that followed them. Their teeth were healthier. Their joints showed less repetitive strain. In many ways, the shift to agriculture actually made life harder. But perhaps the strongest evidence comes from something unexpected. Art. 30,000 years ago, people crawled deep into caves like Chauvet in France and painted incredible images of animals using firelight. These paintings required skill, patience, and hours of focused work. Not for survival, not for food, for expression. A typical day may have started around sunrise. People gathered around the remains of the previous night's fire, eating leftover food and talking about the day ahead. Some might leave to hunt or gather, while others stayed behind repairing tools, weaving baskets, preparing hides, or caring for children. And unlike modern work, there was no clock hanging over them. No manager, no endless deadlines. Skills mattered because they earned respect and strengthened the group, not because someone demanded productivity. By afternoon, much of the day's necessary work was often finished. Then came something many modern people barely experience anymore, unstructured time. People rested in the shade, they laughed, they carved objects, made ornaments, and shared stories. Anthropologists studying hunter-gatherer societies found that enormous amounts of time were spent simply being together. In a world without governments, insurance, or contracts, relationships were survival. Community mattered more than possessions. And when night fell, the fire changed everything. Studies of traditional societies show that nighttime conversations became less practical and far more imaginative. The darkness created a space for imagination, memory, and culture itself. Even the sleep was different. Before artificial lighting, humans commonly slept in two phases. People would sleep for several hours, wake during the middle of the night for a quiet reflection or conversation, then return to sleep again until dawn. Then, roughly 10,000 years ago, agriculture changed everything. Farming allowed populations to grow rapidly, but it also locked humans into constant labor. Fields had to be planted, protected, harvested, and maintained. Over time came specialization, cities, governments, armies, and eventually the idea that a person's time could belong to someone else in exchange for survival. Modern life brought incredible advances, but it also moved us farther away from the lifestyle humans evolved within for hundreds of thousands of years. Today we chase productivity, schedules, and achievement, but our ancestors often lived with far less structure, more leisure, and deeper connection to the people around them. They created art because they had time, and maybe that says something important about what it actually means to be human. If you like this video, hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and also check out one of our other videos here, and subscribe to The Outer Range for my dad and I's real world adventures.